John Morris, one of our community, come and speak.
Greetings everyone, and thank you for Aaron, and thank you Adam, and thank everybody that's organised this, and for everybody for coming in the cold. We're all supporting each other, it's a great thing. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak. I want to express to you a little of my own personal journey and experience, and also try and help those of us in this situation truly understand why this is happening. Firstly though, I want to tackle a policy whereby a couple need to have been living together for a certain length of time to prove they are in a stable and committed relationship. Good grief, who writes these rules? That would suggest that every couple who's lived together for that amount of time went on to have a stable and committed relationship that lasted for eternity. That would also suggest that all marriages that started on love at first sight are destined to fail. I can definitely contest that. There are scores of people who married without living together first, and their marriage lasted well beyond many from a living together arrangement. I believe that policy is unscientific, is certainly not absolute, and at best is prejudicial. The irony here is that my wife and I want to live together so resolutely, but it is the policy of this government preventing that from happening. That's right, we are being prevented from having a stable and committed relationship. Yet we manage through our strong love for each other to maintain an endless virtual union. How has this happened? It was easy in the first instance, almost believable, to blame COVID-19. But now it has become evident that this is the excuse, not the reason. I had to ask myself time and again, why is this government so anti-immigration? Not just about the likes of myself, but the abhorrent treatment of some of our guests who have decided enough is enough and have left or are preparing to leave these shores. How does the stance taken by this government fit in with the Hague Convention on Marriage and Having a Family? Article 23 of the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights of 16th December 1966 reads as follows. 1. The family is the natural and fundamental group unit of society and is entitled to protection by society and the state. 2. The right of men and women of marriageable age to marry and found a family shall be recognised. These are the exact same words expressed in Article 16 of the United Nations Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Nowhere does it offer that commercial enterprise carries a greater importance. If the borders were closed completely, it might be sufferable, but they are not, and this human right has been completely disregarded. This has had a huge impact on my mental and emotional well-being. I would conclude that this government, wielding absolute authority gifted to them by the people of New Zealand, have chosen to remove the competition in the workforce provided by migrants of poorer nations, and thus put pressure on the labour market for the purpose of increasing wages. I could speak volumes on this, and while I agree with the very basics of this intent, I also believe it is a heinous act and a breach of faith. And for my part, my wife has no intention to come here and take a job someone else may be seeking, except to maybe be my partner in life, my companion, my soulmate. And despite several failed attempts to fill this position, she was the only one who met and in fact exceeded all requirements. I've had it suggested to me that I should sell up and move to her. I say, excuse me, but for number one, No one gets to choose but me where my wife comes from. And as a born and bred fourth generation New Zealander, if I can't bring my wife to our chosen place to live, then who can? I have a good job which provides me well. I can fly there right now if I choose to, but then I cannot get back in thanks to a lack of room at our MIQ facilities. I have leave booked for October and struggling to make a booking. Her country welcomes me as her legal spouse.
Yeah. Go
I
Philippines.
can't help but feel this government has seized the opportunity provided by this pandemic to take control of the people in this country in a very socialistic manner. But despite feeling this is all a well-orchestrated plan, I can't seriously accept that all members of the Labour caucus are in full agreement of this stance. No one here is asking for a helping hand. We're just asking for the authorities to run the usual processes and just give us all a timeline of when we can be expected to be reunited and all will be well. Basically, please stop standing in our way. Thank you.
Thank you, John.